On today's video, I have a story to tell you about one of the most humbling experiences of my entire life. A story I haven't told on the channel that happened about a year ago, and it's honestly a bit of an embarrassing one, so leave a like on the video if you guys enjoy. Hopefully you're having yourself a snazzy day. So being somebody that has poked smut for about 11, 12 years now, I'm getting old, on almost a daily basis. There's definitely been some breaks here and there, a couple weeks off, but for the most part, it's been on a daily basis. And as far as I know, I've done every single different type of method that you could possibly consume it, whether that's just rolling up a doob, all the different types of concentrates, pens, there's so many different ways that you can do it. Edibles, vaporizers, it seems endless. But there's this one final boss of that sticky icky. The tippity top. I think a great comparison of what I'm talking about is basically the difference between drinking a Bud Light and taking a shot of Everclear. It's just the tippity top. Like, it just doesn't get any more intense than this. And what I'm talking about today is called Rick Simpson oil, or RSO, and how, dude, I got way too out of my mind. So I had heard a bunch of stuff about RSO over the years and how it could potentially have medical benefits, and it's basically just really strong. Super strong. And I saw that my dispensary had it, so on one of my dispensary trips I picked some up, and I used to do a decent amount of edibles. Every time I'd go to the dispensary, I would get 100 milligram capsules and take them at night, and I would get blasted, but like, it wouldn't ever be like too much. Like, I would just go to sleep and sleep really good throughout the night. For whatever reason now, I can't even fathom taking 100 milligrams. Like, 10 is a lot for me. I know that's, listen, don't make fun of me. Listen, I don't know what's going on with that. But at the time, I could handle 100, 150 milligrams, and it was no big deal. So I was thinking, all right, let me try this RSO. I've heard all these great things about it ever since I was in high school. It just looks a little intimidating. It's just like this dark, molasses-looking syrup. Just so vastly different than anything else you can get at the dispensary. I remember I was gaming with friends, and it was getting pretty late into the night, and I wanted to go to sleep, but I didn't just want to go to sleep because it was getting late. I remember I kind of had a little stomach ache going on. I just wasn't feeling right that day. So I got the bright idea to try to comatose myself. Today was the day that I was going to bust down some RSO. I was going to try it out, dude. It's in this syringe-like thing, this super dark, thick liquid that you gotta like push out of a syringe type thing onto like either a lot of people put it on like a piece of bread to get it down really quick, or they put it into capsules. That's probably the best way of doing it, because you do not want to get this stuff on your teeth. Like, if you chew on it, it's just gonna stick to your teeth. The flavor of it is so intense because it's just so concentrated. You just got to get it down without it even touching your teeth. And one of the best ways that I looked up how to do it was to take one dose out, put it on some parchment paper, and put it in the freezer for like 5 minutes so it gets kind of solidified. It's kind of like what you used to do with shatter that would stick to the bottom of the container, and you had to transfer it from one parchment paper to the other. Those are the days, dude. Leave a like if you remember those 2014, 2015 shatter days, the dark shatter days, and the red hot titanium nails, coughing for 10 minutes. It built character. You had to be there. So about 5-10 minutes later, I pop it out of the freezer and I just down it really quick. Just get it down. Chug some water, and continue gaming with my friends. 30-45 minutes went by. I couldn't tell you the exact time frame because I was dabbing at the same time. I had the Puffco going, dude. I was like, I'm about to sleep real good tonight. Hopefully this stomach feeling goes away. I'll tell you one thing, the stomach feeling just intensified. That set off my anxiety a little bit, and I just started to get a little paranoid. It was maybe like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, dude, I gotta go to sleep, man. I gotta go to sleep. I say goodbye to my buddies, and I just lay down. As my body hits the bed, I'm like, oh shit. Like, this isn't gonna be good. This can't be good. I've done edibles a bunch of times. Especially in the capsules and tinctures. I did it all the time back then. But this was different. This felt like that times 10. And with that feeling of knowing the impending doom, along with the intensified stomach pain, it just sent me in a downward spiral of anxiety and paranoia. I put on the TV and I'm watching Trailer Park Boys and everything's sounding so loud. I got the volume down on the TV. I kept turning the light on and off because I felt like it was making me uncomfortable, but then I was like, oh dude, it's too dark in here. I gotta turn the light back on. Dimming the light, dude, putting it up from 5% to 20 to 45. And whenever I consume too much and just get way too faded, my go-to go-to thought process is, all right, just, in like 30 or 40 minutes, it's going to calm down and I won't be as baked. I'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. With this stuff, once you take it, you're in for the wild ride. You're in for the long haul. There's no brakes on this train, all right? It's going to keep going and going and going. And I'll tell you one thing, that's exactly what happened. I'm sitting there laying in bed, vibrating. Like my whole body, I'm almost to a shake at this point. It feels like every part of my body is TV static, and I'm trying to focus on the TV. I'm getting tunnel vision. Everything around it is fucking fuzzy. Like if I look around, I can see everything fine, but once you're locked into something, everything around it is just not right. And this is where the story gets real embarrassing, all right? Real embarrassing, dude. Leave a like on the video. Listen. Real embarrassing. I started to have a full-blown panic attack. It just kept stacking and stacking, getting more and more intense, and I'm sitting there freaking out in my head like, please stop. Like, just chill out for a little bit. Let me get to the summit, to the plateau, and just chill up there for a little bit and enjoy the slow ride down. It just kept going up. It kept going, dude. Relentless. No mercy. At this point, I am literally shaking in my bed, dude. I was having a full-blown panic attack. It got to the point, listen, dude, I went and got my dad. I'm like, dude, can you just sit with me for a little bit? I'm fucking freaking out right now. I was sitting there shaking in my bed like a fucking cold dog on a winter night. My dad's giving me the dad pep talk of, listen, I told you not to do this. This is more intense than just blazing, dude. This is not for you. Look at you. You can't handle this. And I'm like, this isn't helping. This isn't helping, dude. He quickly realized that wasn't helping, and it was like actually trying to calm me down. And, he's the MVP GOAT dad for being there for me. But because, man, I needed somebody in that moment. I literally cried. All right, listen. I could not put that into the video, hold some integrity. Listen, I'm telling you, this was too strong for me. This was way too high. I was way too high, dude. I don't even remember falling asleep. I don't remember how this ended. All I remember was intense nausea, paranoia, panic, and I was laying in bed basically in tears, dude, shaking violently, trying to talk to my dad, and like every time I'd like move, it was like frames by frame, like it was like I was like an animatronic basically, and every time I'd move, like my whole vision would shift and then lock on to whatever I was looking at, and that would freak me out. So I'd move over, I'd roll over in bed, and I'm like trying to find a comfortable spot. It just kept going, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up the morning after. I remember talking to my dad like, thank you so much for sitting there with me, and he was like, yeah, you were messed up. Don't be doing that again, dude. And I gave all of the RSO to my buddy, and he did the whole syringe at once. I did like probably 2 or 3 times what I was supposed to do. This dude doing the whole thing. Some people are built different out there. Not me. I learned today, dude. Humbling experience. Ego destroyed. So I can tell you one thing for all the people watching. If you're one of those people, I've met a bunch of these people throughout my life, on the internet, in real life, that just say that edibles don't affect them. They go to the dispo, they buy a brownie off their buddy, and they just feel nothing. Feel like they wasted their money. Try some RSO. Be careful. Be careful. Be warned. Don't do the whole thing. Don't like my buddy did. I don't know how he even did that. Live to tell the tale. I'm joking. But this stuff is Everclear. All right? This is the Everclear of that sticky icky. It is truly something I don't think I'll ever do again. There's a lot of people, including myself, that think that there's medical value when it comes to that sticky icky. And if there is medical value, this is what you take. Like this is the strongest form I could ever imagine. It's truly something else. Let me know if you have any experience with RSO, any crazy story you want to tell me in the comments. I read the comments, dude, so leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching the video from. Tell me a story about some RSO if you've ever indulged, because it's something else, man. I don't know if I'll ever try it again. I don't know. I love tincture. I love capsules. This stuff's crazy. Nuts. Shout out to my dad if you're watching this, dude, helping me through that night. That was terrible. It was horrible. I did way too much. It was just too much. It must have been on top of dabs, and I already had the stomach ache, and I don't think the RSO had helped that anything, you know, like that was just terrible. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this funny little story of mine. Thank you to everybody supporting me on Patreon. I'll put a list of all the names on screen right now. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel and get access to 190 plus videos. A lot of them like 20 to 40 minutes long, some of them are really long. They're question and answers where I'm blazing, looking at bud pictures submitted from Patreon supporters. Overall, just good times, dude. A lot of fun making those videos. Thank you to everybody on screen once again for your support. It really helps me out. If you guys are interested, check the pinned comment below for a link to the Patreon channel. I hope everybody watching had yourself a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. 2024 is going to be a good year, dude. I got a good feeling about it. So if 2023 sucked, dude, keep your head up, dude. Next year's going to be a banger. Thank you for spending the time out of your day to watch my video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay high, stay lifted, stay snazzy. Peace.